Hello, my beautiful duckling sister, Friendly Grumpy here, and I'm back again with another Steven Universe vlog, and today's episode is truly a marvel in television animation, if I do say so myself. It has suspense, it has twists, it has beings from other dimensions coming and, revealing truths about things people never knew before, and it just displays beautiful storytelling and amazingness throughout. I'm talking, of course, about the new episode of Gravity Falls, Not What He Seems, which aired recently, and it does reveal that the author of the journals was Stan's brother, who is the reason he was building... What? But I don't want to talk about the Steven Universe. I want to talk about Gravity Falls. Fine. Today's episode is The Message. It's not that good. Okay, I just gave you a pause so you could get out all the swears you wanted. I'm going to be straightforward right now before I tell you the plot, before I go over it or anything. This episode is nothing until the part that you're probably here to hear me talk about, which is obviously the end of the episode, and the bottom of my shirt is unbuttoned, and that looks really sloppy. Which is obviously the end of the episode, and really, why wouldn't you care about anything besides the end of the episode? But just because I run this show, I gotta talk about the synopsis. Still haven't gotten a haircut. Sorry about that. I'm not sorry about that. I wanna get it cut. I want a mullet kind of thing. I don't know. So in this episode, while jamming out on the beach, Greg is showing Steven all kinds of really cool audio effects he has when he's writing songs. And he's writing a song specifically about a sea witch, which is, a sea witch, which is what Grumpeteer tells funny joke. That wasn't a funny joke. Which is obviously about Lapis Lazuli and how she took the ocean and she brought it to the sky and everything somehow survived and nothing bad happened, but it's a cartoon. Am I saying her name right? I think it's Lapis Lazuli, or Lapis. We're gonna call her Lapis Luigi. Lapis Luigi, Luigi. Lapis Luigi. So here we have it. Lapis Luigi is her name because I can't remember it. So, obviously Greg is talking about the adventure they had with Lapis Luigi, and, Steven doesn't like the misunderstanding that they have about that Lapis Luigi was indeed not a bad person. And so that kind of just happens. And Greg also explains all kinds of things about, being in a one-man band. He gets to design the album art, which isn't... Well, he gets to make the album art, which isn't really something a person in a band usually does. They usually hire somebody else, but whatever. They have to be the moderators on their forums, which is another thing that you usually aren't in a one-man band. If it's a forum, then you probably have more moderators. Anyway, and you have to produce, the record label kind of by yourself, which is also untrue. Okay, look, you know what he means. There's a thing or two about it. And he even makes a completely out of nowhere reference to the BUGGLES. You know who the BUGGLES are? No, you don't know who the BUGGLES are, but you know the song Video Killed the Radio Star, the 1979 classic, which was the first music video on MTV. And yes, that is all out of memory. I'm really good with 80s music. But yeah, because we all know how many kids watching the show are like, dude, BUGGLES. Dude, do you see that episode of Steven Universe? They talk about Video Killed the Radio Star, and the kid's like, oh my god, that is my favorite track on Just Dance 4. And they're like, yeah. And they have completely no idea the incredible significance that song has on the face of music, as silly as that sounds. But whatever, I'm getting off topic. And my music critiques are for another website, which you should go check out, but I don't really do them daily anymore, so it's kind of useless to check it out if you want new content. That's enough derailing. So after some more stuff happens, there's this big old loud sound, and it turns out to be the whaling bell that they got back in I think they got it in some episode, and it's making some big old loud sound, paying homage to Bronzong from Pokemon. You know, the big bell Pokemon. Yeah, that was pretty. That was butchering on the name there. What's his name? Excuse me. Bronzong. Yeah, I did know it. Yeah, I have a poster. I knew his name was Bronzong. I'm good. I'm good. I'm cool. I'm a cool kid. We're done here. Sorry. And so it turns out to be the division bell, and it's just clanging, clanging, and clicking and clapping the Tappet brothers, and they don't know how to stop it. So Steven suggests that they bring it to Greg because Greg's the audio guy, and of course they agree. So they go over, and Greg tries all kinds of cool audio stuff. He takes his marshmallow on a stick, sticks it in the hole. That sounds really bad. That sounds really, really bad when I say it out loud. Wow. Well, he does what you saw in the episode. He does with his giant audio muffler, and he tries all kinds of cool effects that would make Neil Cicierega jealous, and none of them work, and it breaks the battery on. I just totally called you out, Neil. Sorry, he doesn't watch these. It doesn't work, and it breaks the battery on his car, and so the gems just pretty much give up on him, and they're like, oh, what a waste of time. Which makes Greg sad, because as we've seen in other episodes, he doesn't like getting jalapeno their business, and this episode is no different, but it's shown that he feels sad because they don't really think highly of him, and the episode states pretty much what I was going to say, that they never give up on anything, but they do give up on him, which is a really valid point, actually. So they try it again, but this time, instead of making it audio, Steven has the idea that they should hook it into the TV and see if the message will come through. And lo and behold, Max Headroom pops up. Ooh, another MTV reference. Max Headroom pops up, but it's Lapis Luigi, and she says that a message that that some gem is coming to Earth with all kinds of advanced technology. Earth doesn't stand a chance. The gem knows Steven's name. It's Peridot. And it has a army of other gems coming to destroy all the world. And Lapis Luigi just needed to tell Steven. And, of course, that's the bombshell. Uh-oh, something... You know, is that why there's Steven Bomb all this week? Is this why I'm going Steven Bomb all week? Because they're just, like, making one continuous storyline, and they're, like, so excited about it, they don't even want to make it, like, weekly. Because tomorrow's a 2-part episode. Well, tonight, at least. Tonight's a 2-part episode. Tomorrow's vlog's a 2-part episode. I love doing this show, and I love everybody that watches this show, and I love making the vlogs, and I love the show itself. I don't love an entire week when I could be making poor quality comedies or something like that. I don't know. Venting. Why am I venting? I have an awesome YouTube page. You guys are all awesome. You're all cool. I'm just, I don't know. This is kind of weird. So the gems thank him, and everything is awesome. Everything is cool. They're part of a team, and all that fun stuff. And this episode is pretty boring, and that's really true. It's really true. Obviously, okay, well, not obviously. I'm not talking about the part where they get the message from Lapis Luigi, and the big thing is revealed, and it's like, oh no, oh crap, oh, it's going down, Tokyo Slam Bam in a can. That part's awesome. I mean, I didn't expect... Well, okay, I guess I expected some kind of message from the, from the bell, because that's obviously what they say it is in, like, the first few seconds of finding it, and that's the name of the episode. But just seeing Lapis Luigi, who went out on a good note in the last episode, is trying to help Steven, and warning of this probably awesome, epic storyline of an impending fight is awesome, and I'm super excited for it, and we're all super excited for it. But sitting through, 10-minute long episode, sitting through 9 minutes of Steven and Greg just pretty much doing nothing, like, it's obvious. They're going to try something, they're going to fail, they're going to try something again, they're going to succeed, and they win the respect of the gems. Obviously, that part's good. And we see again, much like when out of just like complete anger, Garnet destroyed the warp pad in the first episode with Peridot, and she also gets mad when other gem conflicts come up. She gets really mad. Well, she's aggravated, or at least very concerned about the impending war coming. So that's something we see. And they do that awesome effect where and it's only on Garnet for some reason, but they do the awesome effect where they have the shading emphasize the emotion of the character even more. And even though it's like a 3-second scene, it's still really cool because it shows how angry Garnet is about this. But really, I mean, besides maybe a Buggles joke, that really, who's gonna get a joke by the Buggles? I mean, okay, how many people watching this show are gonna be like, video killed the radio starts, great song, or really even understand the joke behind that? I mean, I guess they understand the song, but the point of the song is how video, as in the MTV era, is destroying the radio, which people used to listen to, make cassettes and all that. You probably know the history. It's just really blatant filler for a really cool reveal, which is, in the end, yeah, a really cool reveal, but besides that, it's just eh. So, I'll see you tomorrow for a 2-parter. I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow, for a 2-parter episode, and Things Get Real edition. Chicka chicka.